Hello students, we have started with chapter number 3, Inheritance and Variation. In part 4 of this topic, we have studied the neo-Mendelian genetics or the post-Mendelian interactions. Under that, we have studied incomplete dominance, codominance, multiple alleles and pleiotropy with suitable examples. Now in this part 5 we will study structure of chromosome. Before starting with this, we'll just revise the previous points. Gregor Johann Mendel published his work on inheritance of traits in 1866, but for some reasons its work remains unnoticed or unrecognized till 1900, as communication was not easy in those days. His approach of using mathematics and statistics to explain biological phenomenon was totally new and unacceptable to then the biologists. As continuous variations were observed in nature, Mendel's concept of factors or genes as stable and discrete unit which controls the expression of characters, and that a pair of alleles did not blend with each other, was not accepted by his contemporaries. He also did not know the physical location of factors or genes in the gametic cells. But in 1900, three scientists, Hugo de Ries, Correns and von Teschmark, independently rediscovered Mendel's work on the inheritance of traits. Due to advancements in the techniques of microscopy, scientists were able to observe and study cell division and also the structure of chromosomes using microscope. Walter Sutton along with Theodore Boveri in the year 1903 studied parallel behavior of Mendel's factor or genes and behavior of chromosomes at the time of meiosis, and on the basis of these observations they put forth the theory which is called as chromosomal theory of inheritance. Now let us study what this theory states. That this theory identifies chromosomes as the carriers of genetic materials. So in the last year we have studied the structure of nucleus, where we have studied the chromosomes are present and they contains the presence of DNA, which is a genetic material. This theory also states that chromosomes are present in pairs in somatic cells. But during meiosis or during gamete formation, homologous chromosome pair undergo separation, segregation and assort independently, and each gamete contains only one chromosome from a pair. The nucleus of gametes contains chromosomes which carry all hereditary traits. Male gametes, that is sperms, female gametes, that is eggs, they carry all hereditary traits, and they are the link between parents and offsprings. The fusion of haploid male and haploid female gamete produces diploid zygote, and zygote restores diploid number of chromosomes of the particular species. So this is all about the chromosomal theory of inheritance. Now let us start with the next point, chromosomes. So the word chromosomes is divided into two words. Chromo, that means color. Soma are the bodies. So colored bodies which are present in nucleus are called as chromosomes. Chromosomes, they are present in eukaryotic nucleus. And students, what about the prokaryotes? In prokaryotes, the chromosomes, they are not well organized, and the only DNA is present without histone and non-histone proteins, and it is freely suspended in the cytoplasm of prokaryotic or bacterial cell. The term chromosomes is coined by Waldeyer in 1888. Size of chromosomes varies from species to species. Each metaphase chromosome varies from 0.1 to 33 mm in length and 0.2 to 2 mm in thickness. Chemically, eukaryotic chromosomes, they are well organized and they are made up of DNA, double-stranded DNA, histone and non-histone proteins. Now let us start with the structure of chromosome. So chromosomes are best visible under microscope, that too under the metaphase, because at metaphase they are highly condensed. They undergo dehydration and they become condensed, thicker and shorter. Now see the diagram which shows the nucleus, the cell showing the dark purple color nucleus, and the one chromosome is shown. So chromosomes shows the presence of two arms which are held at a point which is called as centromere. And the chromosomes, they show a highly condensed DNA. And you can see the DNA, these are the shows the presence of short stretches called as genes. DNA shows the steps which are made up of nitrogen bases. Typical chromosome consists of two chromatids joined together at centromere, or is also called as primary constriction. Primary constriction consists of a disc-shaped plate and they are called as kinetochore. Function of kinetochore is spindle fibers get attached during cell division. Besides this, few chromosomes possess additional one or two constrictions and they are called as secondary constrictions. That means other than the centromere, the other constrictions are present which are called as secondary constriction. At secondary constriction, one nucleolus becomes organized during interphase. Nucleolus become organized during interphase. A satellite body which is called as SAT body is attached at secondary constriction. So on the figure on the right hand side, you can see the presence of satellite at the secondary constriction 2. Here on the upper side you can see secondary constriction 1. So secondary constrictions are present in few chromosomes. Each chromatid in turn contains long, unbranched, slender and highly coiled DNA thread which is called as chromonema. So in the diagram you can see a zigzag structure which is called as chromonema, which is the coiled DNA. Chromatid consists a double-stranded DNA molecule which extends from one end of chromosome to the other. So you can see the DNA is attached to the one end of the chromosome and on the other end it is attached to the satellite. Now what is function of chromosome? So chromosomes are carriers of heredity. They carry heritable traits. They are capable of self-replication. DNA can form exact copy of itself. Chromosomes play vital role in heredity. Mutation, these are the sudden heritable changes in the chromosomes. variation and evolutionary development of eukaryotic species. So the chromosomes play very important role among all the species. Now, depending upon the position of centromere, there are four types or shapes of chromosomes. They are as follows. So, first is called as acrocentric. Acrocentric chromosomes, they appears J-shaped during the metaphase. Telocentric chromosomes, they are called as L-shaped chromosomes. Submetacentric chromosomes, they appear L-shaped during metaphase. And metacentric chromosome, they appear V-shaped during metaphase. The ends, the tips of chromosomes are called as telomeres. So see the diagram. The first is metacentric chromosome. You can see the presence of a spherical body at the telomeres, which is called as satellite. In metacentric chromosomes, centromeres are present exactly at the center. So they appear V-shaped during metaphase. In submetacentric chromosome, centromere is present just away from the middle. So they appear L-shaped during metaphase. In acrocentric chromosomes, the centromere is present just apart from the telomere, so that the one arm is too short and one arm is too long in case of acrocentric chromosomes. And at the telocentric ones, the centromere is present exactly at the ends, that is telomeres. So it's called as telocentric chromosome. Number of chromosomes. Number of chromosomes is specific and constant for a particular species. Therefore, it is of great importance in study of phylogeny and taxonomy of the species. See the definition of ploidy. So ploidy, it speaks for the degree of repetition of primary basic number of chromosomes. Primary basic number of chromosomes is denoted by X or N in a cell. Now see the chart showing numerical changes in number of chromosomes. So the numerical changes are of two types, euploidy and aneuploidy. Under euploidy, the repetition of the set of chromosomes takes place. If only one set of chromosome is present, it is called as haploid or monoploid, denoted by X. If two sets of chromosomes are present, diploid or 2N. If 3, 4, 5 and 6 sets of chromosomes are present, that all is called as polyploidy. 3x, that means triploid, 4x, that means tetraploid, 5x means pentaploid, 6x means hexaploid. In aneuploidy, the changes in the number of chromosomes takes place. So maybe the chromosomes, they are lesser in number. That condition is called as hypoploidy. So if one chromosome is less is called as monosomy, and condition is denoted like 2n minus 1. In nullisomy, two chromosomes are less. It is denoted as 2n minus 2. In hyperploidy, the chromosome number is more than the normal chromosome complement. So in trisomy, one chromosome is additional to the normal diploid number, can be represented as 2n plus 1. In tetrasomy, two chromosomes are extra in normal chromosome complement, and it is denoted as 2n plus 2. Okay, so in the next part, we will study the structure of sex chromosomes, that is X and Y chromosomes, the phenomenon of linkage and crossing over.